Welcome, John Thomas, and today after watching such an enthusiastic and inspiring video by the founder of High Performance Academy, Mr. Brandon Butcher, I was definitely inspired to shoot this video. And the training was so phenomenal. Definitely I would advise anyone who hasn't seen it to go and check it out. But at the end of the video, he gave us a call to action, and that was to share 3 success principles that has allowed me to achieve more in my life. But before I get into the success principles, I definitely want to share a little bit about who I am. My name is John Thomas again, and I grew up in a single parent home in a drug infested neighborhood. And at an early age, I actually had a passion and was inspired to help my family to escape these conditions, as well as other people to escape these conditions. But around the age of 14 or 15, actually I ended up and began to sell drugs myself because due to no one in my home, had prior work experience. So I wasn't exposed to the benefits of employment, and my oldest brother being the first to graduate at that time, neither was I exposed to the benefit of graduation. So to me, the success I seen before my eyes were the people who were dealing in drugs. Those were the people who looked to be getting ahead in life. So I began to sell drugs at an early age, and I ended up getting trapped into the experience. So actually at the age of 19, I was sentenced to 30 years, served 20 years in prison for trafficking in cocaine. And in this experience, a lot of things happened. It wasn't all a bad experience. Actually, now it's one of the greatest experiences that I've ever had in my life, and I can share more with you on that, in some other time. But I want to get on to the training and how these 3 principles have allowed me to achieve more. First of all, self-love. Principle number 1 is self-love. I had to begin to love who I was, because the choices I made in life were more from lack of self-esteem and lack of self-identity. So what I was out to acquire was material things, so people would begin to respect me and like me as a person. I thought that was what life was all about, and it ended up entrapping me in prison. But it was my greatest extent was a 6-month period in isolation confinement. And in these 6 months, that's where I began to find myself. That's where I began to read books. That's where I began to pray more. That's where I began to realize that truly I had a purpose in life. And now I go and I share that purpose through a speech that I share: escape your prison and live the life that you deserve and desire. And the greatest thing that I found out within those 6 months was that the physical prison was only a revelation of the mental prison that was on the inside of my mind. So I had to free myself mentally before I can free myself physically. And actually, the second thing is I delved into personal development. Some of the first books I read was 7 Keys to Success by Napoleon Hill, and actually I was blessed while incarcerated to see a film on Les Brown, and I'll never forget this bold statement of, if you can look up, you can get up. That has lived with me years and years and years. And now fast forward, because I did end up back in prison again. But fast forward my life, probably about 10 to 15 years later, and I found myself back at personal development again. Actually, it was some experiences that led to it. I actually made a lot of money doing what I did, and I went broke, and I could not track down the money. I don't know how it left. And I knew at that time I had to make a decision that either I was going to return to my old ways or I was ready to change. And I committed. Actually, I purchased a DVD by Anthony Robbins, and I began from there. And I just began to read books. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, the Power of the Subconscious Mind, and so many other books that I have now. But I wanted to give Mr. Butcher a special thank you for what I just received in the mail. His latest book, I actually ordered, and now I'm definitely inspired to go ahead and break those pages open and get to learning on that. But personal development, and I'm so big on that because I realize that I have to work harder on myself than on anything else. And in that it has allowed so many different opportunities to open. You know, I do live speeches. I actually coach and mentor people in business and in their personal challenges. So much opportunity has come from me just shifting my mindset, shifting the way I think through what I'm putting into my mind now. And and the last thing is taking action. You know, so many people, and even me, and one thing I always tell people now is, you know, the thing about most people that used to come and speak, and they would always tell me, well, man, you could be anything. You could just, you know, you got to change, you got to do this. But they never had anything laid out that I could actually do. So I wanted to be the one to provide a solution, not only a message just saying what you could do, but a solution by taking massive action. So now what I do, I work with a lot of youth locally in my community through 2 organizations. So I'm able to now show them the actions to take to create the change you want to see. So it's just those 3. Self-love, first learning to love yourself. Second, personal development. What are you putting into your mind? Your mind is the greatest prison you will ever be confined in. And one of my statements is, you don't have to go to court to receive a life sentence. Some people actually live their whole lives incarcerated in their mind, in prison in their mind. So you definitely want to delve into personal development so you can release your full potential. And last but not least, you have to take action. Just like he gave me a call to action this morning, I couldn't wait to pick up my iPhone and record this video. So I hope you got value out of it. You know, I'm definitely inspired about it. I love it. I love what I do. I love connecting with people like Mr. Butcher and any other positive person. So if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me at John Thomas Life Coach on Facebook. Or actually, you can just subscribe to this channel here, and I definitely reach back out to you. I love what I do. I'm thankful for life. I'm energized about life every day. Thank you. Thank you again, Mr. Butcher. And I definitely look forward to meeting you one day very, very soon. Thank you for all you do.